Hey there, it's Reagan from Prima Coffee, and today we are going to check out the Knock Feldgrind. The Feldgrind is back by popular demand since being discontinued in 2018. It has several new internal and cosmetic upgrades that are sure not to disappoint. This grinder is equipped with 38mm steel conical burrs that are coated in titanium and are really built to last. It also has a stepless grind adjustment that ranges all the way from Turkish coffee to cold brew, so whatever you're brewing, this grinder can grind for. It also features this really nice new longer crank arm, and the walnut pommel on the end is just a really aesthetically pleasing upgrade. It has an overbuilt shaft and dual bearings that provide more stability when you're grinding, so you're not going to feel the shaking of the center burr. It's a very smooth process. The Feldgrind has a 35 to 40 gram capacity, which is really nice because it gives you the freedom to grind for a smaller batch or something larger like a Chemex. It also has the same beautiful vintage watch face design on the adjustment dial as its predecessor. And on the crank arm, there's a little cutout that when you attach it back to the shaft, it aligns with the number, and that helps you keep track of your grind setting. The shaft also has a ball bearing, and this clicks when you put the crank arm on, and that way it doesn't come flying off mid-grind because nobody enjoys that. And overall, it just has a really slim, lightweight design that is great for travel or for home. And the crank arm comes off and has a spot to slide into the silicone band on the side, which just saves additional space for travel. Adjusting the grind setting on your Feldgrind can definitely take some getting used to. It's a really unique process, but after a few times, you'll get the hang of it. First, you need to remove the crank arm and the lid, and then you will replace the crank arm onto the shaft. When you first get your Feldgrind, your burrs will be touching, and in the window, you're gonna be at the 12. So if you twist the adjustment dial, one full rotation, that's a really good starting point. That's a good place to, if you're looking for espresso or a really fine grind. When you're talking about the adjustments on this, it'll be 1/12. So that would mean like one full rotation and then all the way back to the 12, or two full rotations and to the 6. But again, just one full rotation is a good starting point. So our suggested grind range on this, as we said before, is to make that first full rotation, and that gets you to the espresso. Anything before that, so from like 0-1 to 0-12, is super fine. When you get into that 1-0 to 1-12, you are in fine to medium fine. So espresso, some AeroPress, the Bloom, mocha pot, things like that. Once you make it to that second rotation, you're in that medium range. So from 2-0 to 2-12, you're looking at your V60 and your Kalita. When you get to that third full rotation, so 3-0 to 3-12, you're in the medium to coarse. So some Chemex, drip machines, and even cold brew. Anything over 3 full rotations, like to 3-12, we don't really recommend. So there are a few things we've observed with the Feldgrind. That we have seen issues of the grind catch coming off when you're grinding for something fine like espresso. So make sure that you're holding it by the silicone band. That usually will eliminate that problem. And another minor observation is that when you're putting the beans into the hopper, it's a very narrow hopper, and we find it best to kind of tilt it to the side and drop them in. They're less likely to spill that way, but you'll find your own method, and it's really not that big of an issue. So that's the Knock Feldgrind. We are really excited to have it back in stock. It's a great option for on the go or home grinding, and you can find it online at primacoffee.com. And thanks for watching.